you'll have to press the Got It button to clear the screen so that you can see me. And then as usual, we start with that seated meditation that is working on many layers of what's important, right? Many layers. Sorry, let me mute everybody here. Okay, so it's not just bringing the mind into coherent, present connection to your body, which it's doing that. It's not only giving you an opportunity for the breath to be something that starts to reach its full and empty expression rather than like a very narrow breathing range. But especially for the walking practice, we're establishing that central line. So I say it every time. Just consider for a moment, is it something you've practiced since you saw me last? And if not, consider that it's important to spend a little bit of time in a chair, getting that line in tune so that when you stand up, that line is intact, that central axis. Eyes closed, so the gaze turns inward so that you can notice any places where you are habitually gripped, held, resistant, right? Those need to soften as well. You can notice places where you are slumped, right? Where perhaps there's not the right integrity of alignment. And especially when dealing with Parkinson's, when doing seated meditation, stillness is not as important, right? Because there's all this sort of often this kind of energy going through the nervous system that wants you to let the head roll maybe or shift over here. So don't hold yourself still. Allow for throughness. So any little micro adjustments that want to happen, be soft enough that those just go naturally, right? And what you may find is that there is a stillness that happens or that you arrive at where you don't feel like you're grabbing and holding, but more like you're so relaxed and open and spacious that everything that wants to move and flow and course is able to without it running into impediment and obstacles. And also what you can practice is even if your body is moving or leaning or rotating while you're sitting here, that there's a stillness present even in that movement. And that applies to our walking as well. So when we're walking, even though we might be moving around in all these directions, there's that stillness present even in movement. So let's just take one more minute here. Saying in Taoism that when we become still, that which is yin or of the earth naturally settles through us down to the bottom. And that which is yang or of the heavens naturally is light and buoyant. So when we are holding tension in our body, we're not allowing that separation to happen of that which is of the earth and that which is of the heavens, right? And so there's a feeling you get when you cultivate this where you feel very rooted, but very empty and light up top. That's where you can see graceful Tai Chi movement. So seated meditation is also that. Let that which is of the earth go back to the earth. And it's not that you lift yourself or rise up in any way, but it's just that this buoyancy, this natural buoyancy, becomes a reality. We have to get out of the way. To assist with that, we have our movements, our little joint mobilization. So hands rest on the thighs. Slide the hands forward, drop the head. Right? We know this little series, so let's just do 3 of them. Rounded. Slide the hands back, elbows pull back, shoulder blades back, look up. 2 more like that. Do it in a way that assists you in this process that I'm talking about of loosening up places where you're holding that which is of the earth, that which is of density and heaviness. You're holding it in the body. And you want to move and ooze your way through movement, ease your way. So loosen those grips and allow for softness and ease. Settle back to the middle and let's do our rotation. Slide left hand forward, right hand elbow back, turning gently. And then switch, slide and twist. Same idea. We're not trying to twist into a pretzel. We're just trying to move gently in the ranges that the body is built to go. One more to each side, just easy, soft, loose. Resting your way through movement. And find the middle. Arms hang, just softly lean. Don't have to go too far, just lean a little bit. And then back up, just softly lean. A little bit. And again, 2 more each way. We're just recognizing, oh yeah, I can move this body without having to force it, without having to grab it by the horns and yank it, right? Instead, it's just get out of the way. Ease. Back up to the middle. Let's do our shoulder blade first up and down. So one of the main reasons we always do shoulder blade stuff is because if you understand the anatomy of the shoulder blades, you realize they have like 9 or so, maybe more even, muscles that are attaching to them and going in all these different directions, tying in. So this is an area of usual suspect of density held. So that's why we want to loosen. Let's go ahead and forward and up, back and down, right? By now you know these, right? If you've been coming to the classes or watching the videos, right? Hopefully you're practicing these on your own so that when we do them in class, it's not like it's for the first time every time because you haven't looked at them again, right? So get better and better at these basic joint mobilizations so that you get more out of them. Let's go the other way. Back, up, forward, down. So we're getting into these nooks and crannies where the shoulder blades tie into the rib cage, ties up to the neck, ties around to the front of the body through the rib cage, ties to the spine. So we want these loose and free. And that's also why we do this one. Hands come up. All right, this is all just to get those crevices and nooks and crannies of top heaviness come around to the front. Down, out, down, and in. One more. Just remember, the purpose of what we're doing is to have ease in these areas. Now, elbows back, down, forward with the elbows, up with the elbows with the option of sliding the hands down your back a little bit. And then slide or elbows forward, down, and back. Down, forward, up. Forward, down, and back. Down, forward, up. And release. Down, alongside you. Scoot a little bit back. Let's go. Chamber, push, chamber, set it down. Chamber, push, chamber, down. Chamber, alternating each time. Push, chamber, down. This time, chamber, push, foot, point, and flex. Invert, evert, that little waggle of the foot. Circles. Other way, circles. And down. Other leg, chamber, push, and foot. Point and flex. Invert, evert. Circles. Other way, circles. And down. Scoot to the front edge of your chair. Swivel steps. Swivel open and close. Open, close. So the heel is the pivot point on the ground. Open, close. We're moving from the hip socket, so the whole leg as one. Whole leg as one. One more time, out. Now keep the toe as the pivot point. Go heel out, knee in. Heel in, knee out. We're still moving from the hip. Swivel, swivel. We're trying to feel a separation or a space in this hip space, right? Where the thigh bone is moving unobstructed and easy. The pelvis is still, quiet. Let's go heel out, leave it out. Once more, toe out, knee out. Toe in, knee in. Toe out, knee out. In, out, in, and then walk it back in. Heel in, toe in, and switch legs. Toe out, knee out. Toe in, knee in. Open, close. And again, can you do it soft? Can you do it relaxed? Can you be open and spacious and then just decide to tell the leg to go? So there's not a bunch of muscle tension in the way. It's more like you're just melting through the movement. That's how the body can work. Turn it out, leave it out, and go heel out, knee in. Heel in, knee out. A few times. Feel that space, like a fluid space that thigh bone can just roll with ease. Once more, heel out, leave the heel out, go toe out again. So now we're at a little wider. Toe in. Out and in a few times. One more. And let's go toe in, heel in, neutral. Forward fold. Hinge at the hip crease, bowing forward. Fold as deeply as you can over the hip. Then sitting back vertical. Then leaning back a bit. So you're opening up this space in the hip crease to then sit back vertical. Bow forward. Sit up. Tip back. And then let's do that with wider legs. The dragon takes a bow. Big wide. As you fold forward, turn the hands like so, elbows flared out, bow. Notice you can get a little deeper through that space. And sit up vertical. Lean back, arms will go to neutral. Sit vertical. As you're bowing forward, turn the arms like so, using them for support, but also that position helps us wring out tension inside of spaces there. One more. Dragon takes a bow. And vertical. Step to neutral. Shogun, or closing gesture, wings up and over the hands come. Settle. So I was mentioning in, I think, Friday's class, this geolocation of the middle of you is that central line that goes down through. And then from belly button to lower back, think of a line that goes straight through you from front to back. And where those two lines intersect, that is the middle dantian. So this is the place that's like a reservoir that fills as we live correctly in accordance and we practice and we loosen up. That's the idea. This is the nexus point in the body. And so when we're shifting and moving and doing things, there's a saying in Tai Chi, all movement comes from the middle dantian. So all movement from that place. And everything else is relaxed. Arms come down. Feet, slide them back a little bit. What that does is just makes it easier for us to get the important body situation where shoulders and head are in front of the ankles and feet. So we fold and shoulders and head going in front, butt is behind, and then we just push through the earth and rise vertical. Sitting down, recreate that butt behind, shoulders in front, sinking the butt, the knees bend naturally, sit easily down. 3 more. Your challenge is, can you do it with 0, what the Chinese call li, or force? Can it be done with melting, 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 and just pushing through the earth? So if you can get that feeling of executing both up and down without using your traditional force, then you can cue in on that idea that all movements can be done with that as your power source, hydraulics. Now let's just do squats. We sink and then we rise. And just get good at this being something you're oozing, easing, melting your way down, and also melt your way up. Don't force yourself up very quickly and sharply, but get this feeling of melt. One more. Loose, 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 loose. And we are up. All right. Stay standing. Now, tip a little bit forward so you're more in the balls of your feet, just a little bit. And then tip to the middle. And then tip a little back towards the heels. And to the middle. Now remember what I said about the middle, where that is. Move from there. So when you go back to your heels, it isn't up here falling backwards. It's this middle coming back so that we're going through the heels. And then it's the middle moving to the middle. And then it's the middle moving forward. Middle, middle, middle back. Middle, forward. So we're getting real estate here on our feet. Feel like you have a whole big foot that all has these places we can contact the floor. Now, the next time you're in the front, you come to your toes, stay in the front. Let's go to the toes of just the right foot, the middle of the two fronts, and then to the left from your middle. So up here's relaxed, head's relaxed. Move from that middle. And come back to the middle of the two fronts. Go back all the way so you're a little bit extra in your heels. Of course, be safe with the heels. A little dangerous, but you got your chair behind you. But now go more to the right heel. And again, notice we're not doing it by leaning this way. We're doing it from the middle. And then to the left heel. To the right. Notice when you get over to a established connection through one leg, the other leg naturally just becomes buoyant, empty, free. Now, the next time you're more in your left heel, stay in the left heel, come forward to the left ball of the foot, and then back to the left heel. So you're staying over on that left side and going forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Now, back to your left heel. Come across the heels to the right heel. And we're going forward to the right ball of foot. Back to the right heel. Forward. Back. So these are all, everything we've done up till now, again, forward. There's great calibration exercises that should be part of a daily practice that you're doing. Now, come forward to the fronts of the right foot, come across to the front of the left foot, then go back along the left foot to the left heel, come across the heels. Now we're making a circle. Forward and across, back and across, all moving from this middle. Everything relaxed. Just easing your way through space. Go the other way. So again, if you're doing this right, you're noticing maybe that you're moving this entire body. You're making pretty large changes in what's going on, but there's no effort needed. There's no traditional force and effort. It's just sort of falling. You're sort of falling through movement. So keep that idea of letting that which is of the earth go down to the earth. Now find the middle of the middle. Now we just let our body weight go more to the right leg. Let the right knee bend a little bit. So let's practice something. You're in your right leg. Now go ahead and straighten that right leg and lock it. Notice that's like being on a stilt, a wooden stilt. And then just let that knee soften a bit as if you're bending it, but you're more just opening it. And then go ahead and straighten it and lock it. And then unlocking that knee, letting, again, we're not force bending, we're just letting that buoyant springiness of the leg take the work. So here we lock it, we're creating a stilt, but that's not as quality as now letting that knee bend a little and be like a spring that's taking a little weight. Now let's change over to the left leg, do the same thing. So we're more in the left leg, straighten the knee and lock it. And then just soften that knee and let it bend a little bit. Straighten the left knee to a locked position. And then soften. Notice that you're not bending. If you're bending your knee and it's hurting, notice I'm telling you not to do that. I'm saying lock and then just simply unlock. Now keep both knees in that unlocked state and just change over to the right leg. Change over to the left leg. Right leg. Stay in the right leg. Now, you might use your hand on the chair if you'd like. Lift the empty heel. Get to the tip of the toes of the empty foot. And without leaving the ground, place that heel back down without putting weight in the leg and change. So feel empty right leg and then lift an empty heel, get to the tippy tip of the toes so you still have that psychological support on the floor, and then melt that down and let's change. Feel the right leg become yang or full and lift to the tippy toes, lower, change. Empty, change. Now let's add to that. As you get to the tippity tip of the toes, then disconnect, reconnect, empty foot to the floor, change. Get to the tippity tips of the toes. So it's just like a feather touching the ground, and then just lift, lower, back down, change. Empty, lift, shift. Peel it up, maybe lift a little higher, shift. Remember, your chair is right there for you. All right. Now, right hand on chair, be on the right side of your space. Weight goes through the left leg for a moment. Take your empty right foot, put the heel out in front. Sorry, I'm getting texts. Heel out in front. Now, with that heel touching, shift into that front leg and get to the tippy toes of that back foot. And then shift back and get to the tip of the heel. Shift. Remember what I've been describing about the meditation position. That vertical line, that front to back line, that middle place, everything else relaxed. So you're basically just taking this meditation posture that we looked at in the chair and just connecting to the earth through one leg, connecting, plugging into your root through the other. Now, level 2, lift and lower. So that's just emptying this hip crease. Shift, get to the tippy toes. Now, just bend the knee, pull the heel to the butt, put the toe down, shift back. Empty that hip, lift a straight leg, lower it, shift. Heel to butt, toe touch soft, shift back. Lift, lower, shift. How relaxed can you be? How little effort can you apply? When you're not applying force or li or traditional effort, what you are doing is putting the workload on the chi or the hydraulic system or that more primary system that can actually be a longevity system. Let's go to level 3 now. So instead of just lift from the hip, also let the knee bend and really bring that knee up. Let's do that twice in a row, or twice more in a row, where it's just the lift and the setting down of the empty heel. Lift, empty heel. Now shift into that front foot, back foot, not only pull the heel to the butt, but also lift. Reach the toe back. Again, lift. Reach the toe back. Notice we're just staying established here. Lift, reach the toe back. Now, shift back, we'll flow with it a little bit. Lift, lower, touch the heel, shift. Bring up, touch the toe behind, shift back. Up, down, shift. How relaxed can you be from that middle? Teacup just sitting on top of your head. Last one. And feet together. Change sides. We take a little side step. Shift over. Empty Left foot, put the heel out in front, level one, rock, rock. Think of a rocking chair, the way it effortlessly goes into the front, effortlessly to the back. Moving from the middle. Everything else at ease. Everything else plump and open and through. So there's not a bunch of activity and rigidity and effort. It's just ease. Now stay in the back leg for a moment. Level two. Lift from the hip, straight leg lift, lower down, shift. Heel to butt, toe touch down, shift. Just at whatever pace suits you. You're not trying to keep up with me. Right? Some of you could go half the speed I'm going and really be getting more out of it by taking your time, each repetition, waiting long enough to effortlessly lift, shift back. One more, level two. And let's go level three. 3 times. Just do the front lift and lower. So that's lift, softly touch the heel out in front. Do it again. Lift, softly touch the heel. Lift, softly touch the heel. Now shift into that front leg. Let's go heel to butt and knee forward and up. Reach the toe back. Again. Now flowing. Shift back. Lift. Lower. Shift. Easy. Lift. Reach back. Nothing's changed yet. And then shift. So nothing changes. Nothing changes. Shift. Nothing changes. Still nothing changes. Shift back. 2 more. Arms hang. Release both your arms, right? If you're here, you're efforting, right? Find that middle. Find that central channel. And step back, side step. Next to your other chair. Inside foot, right foot out in front. Level one, taking 1 full step. So shift like we did before. Once the back foot is empty, just let it swing forward. Heel touches the ground. Shift. And we go back. Shift back. Once the front foot is empty, let it swing back. Touch. Shift back. Shift forward. Swing. Shift forward. Shift back. Swing an empty leg. Shift back. So remember that the swivel steps that we did earlier was to find this space, and it's in that space that that leg swings. All right, so first we have to empty it, and then we swing it with ease back. One more, level one. Just like walking. Level two, lift, lower, shift. Now there's a little obstacle on the floor. Up, over the top, heel down, shift. Heel to butt, toe down, shift. Now there's something right behind your heel. So you have to lift the foot in front, bend the knee to get it over the top, reach the toe back, shift. Then lift, lower, shift. Little step, shift. Up, down, shift back. Find that central line. One more, level two. Remember, when you get this relationship with your standing leg correct, this is effortless. And then you get this relationship correct, then that's effortless. So get the relationship with the standing leg correct, Then all the little tricks of what the empty leg is doing, whether it's up a stair, up a curb, turning left, right, whatever, right? Now let's go level 3, lift, down. This is just buying real estate now. Shift, now we're going for a full bicycle. So whatever your maximum is, heel to butt, knee up, foot out, heel softly lands, shift. Then heel to butt, knee up, reach toe back. Now we shift back. We go reverse bicycle. So that's knee up, tuck that foot and reach the toe back and shift. Knee up, down, shift. Big bicycle. Shift. Knee up, back, shift, reverse, shift. Last one, up, down, shift. So all of this exploration should, over time, make basic walking feel like a breeze, right? Because if you can execute all this sort of involved movement, let's go ahead and switch sides, then being able to just cruise around shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's go and put that left heel out in front. Level 1, shift, empty leg swing, shift, shift back, empty leg swing back, shift back. Again, shift, swing, shift, shift back, swing back, shift back. Keep doing that. I have to let somebody in here. Couple more. Eventually, we want this just to feel easy peasy. And the important relationship is which is the full leg, which is the full leg. Full leg, full leg. Now, level 2, empty, straight leg lift, shift, and then small obstacle. So just the smallest little up and over step, shift, and then heel to butt, back down, shift back, something behind the heel, up, tuck, reach, and shift back. And just keep doing that. Lift, lower, now, which is the full leg. The empty leg takes a little walk step, shift now, which is the full leg, the other foot easily heel to butt, toe down. So just focus on which leg is your plug, your conduit to being rooted, to being well connected and stable. That's the relationship. But it's easy to look at the moving leg. That's a lot of times what the problem is that we're focused on that moving leg, and so we're never emptying it. We're actually filling the leg we're trying to step with instead of emptying it. So it's like a little back route to liberating your movement. Level 3, full lift and lower. Shift, now by that real estate. Heel to butt, knee up, foot out, heel down, shift, and up, back, shift back, up, tuck, reach, shift back. Get hand on chair as needed. Remember, if this one is just causing you all kinds of panic or issues in your movement, hopefully you realize that you could just go back to level 1 and just keep working level 1 and you'd be well served. Let's do one more level 3. And back. Step to the middle, feet parallel, hip distance, shogun, closing gesture. Arms come down. Move to the right side of your space. Your hands can be on your chair. So you guys are going to be able to go across on the back side of your chair so that you can see my feet. I'm going to move to the front side so you can see everything. Tilt this down a little. Now our little side step work. Okay. So we're over on the right side. Fill that right leg, left leg empty. Out, in. Notice that I didn't go with it. I stayed here. So this leg stays empty. Now step it out, leave it out. Change. Change back. Do this while not lifting the heels off the ground. So all four corners of the feet, the pinky toe base, big toe base, inner heel, outer heel, all four of those places stay connected softly to the ground. And we're buying this real estate of moving from this interior. Now, stay in the left leg, right leg empty, bring it in without putting weight in it, step it back out without putting weight in. Notice if your body weight is going with the right leg. All right. Now bring the right foot in, keep it in. This one is very important. Legs as close together as they can be. Change the weight down through the right leg so that this left foot is empty. And then change the weight. Change the weight. Change. Remember that thing I was talking about with not having stilts, without having locked knees, but letting the knee be open? That's what you want to feel here, is that you're letting that leg softly take the weight. And then you're changing. Now, with the left leg empty, step an empty foot out. Change. Step an empty right foot in. Do that little internal mechanism change. Left foot out. Change. Now we're walking sideways across the space. Change. Out. Change. In. Change. Arms hanging. Don't hold on, don't hold on, don't hold on. Drop your arms. Let's go back the other way. Step, change. I'm going to practice feeling open and spacious rather than held on to, released. Learn to trust that softness, that relaxed body. And again, everyone can and really should learn how to move this way, but with Parkinson's, it's of the utmost importance because the nervous system can be so sort of vulnerable that any excess tension puts up like roadblocks to your moving through space. So really challenge yourself by saying, okay, I'm going to see, can I remain soft, relaxed, easy, not held on, not gripped? These are relatively simple exercises, but because of that, there's a lot of room to practice vertical axis intact, move from the middle, soft quality all the way to the fingertips and toe tips. Nothing extra, layered on. Shift, in, shift, out. One more this way, and then we change. In, out, change. Change. Middle, stillness. Ease throughout. And in, out, make Make your way back to the middle. Shogun. Closing gesture, just letting everything return to this feeling of middle, 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 everything else relaxed. Now stand in between your chairs. Push, let the weight fall through that left leg. Now turn right leg out and then turn right leg in. So from that same empty hip, remember we did swivel steps when we were sitting, from that same junction, turn. So it's not a whole bunch of activity in my foot, it's everything's relaxed and I just move from the correct space. Internal, so it's a little pigeon-toed, external, turned out. One more. And then bring it back to neutral. Change, external, internal, external, internal. And really work on it coming from that ball and socket, sort of fluid open space. So you're well established here, and then this leg is free. So you're just setting up your next landing zone. And then neutral, change the weight. Now this is where we start going in a circle. So hopefully you guys remember this one. Turn the leg out. Now it's the same shift. We shift, but we turn the body, bring the left foot to match it. Then weight goes through the left leg, so right leg is empty again. Turn it out, empty. Then this is the magic moment here of shift and turn and realign yourself. So we don't want to just cheat our way around. Instead, we want to make sure we empty the right leg, turn it out, keeping it empty. And then here's the magic moment of shift, turn, and align. We're going to go around twice. So just at your own pace. Again, those of you that are getting around who've already on your second round, there's a good chance that you're sort of cheating. You're sort of going clop, 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 clop. And you're just cheating yourself in the sense of step the foot out empty, and then this moment, shift, turn, and reorient yourself. So empty the right leg. Keep it empty as you turn it out. Don't put your weight into it right away. And then feel this. That's what you want to get really smooth with. So empty and turn it out. Maybe give it a second before you go. And then and again, empty, turn it out, give it a second. Boom. Last time. The next time you're facing forward, then let's go to the left. Empty the left foot, turn it out. Give it a second, and then left foot, turn out. Left foot, turn out. Give it a second. And again, it can feel like we're not going anywhere, right? We aren't really going anywhere, but what we are doing is reorienting, which is very important in space. There's something happening over here we got to respond to in some way, phone or door or doorbell, right? Or whatever, someone's talking to us, or we just need to change directions for any number of reasons. It's this moment of, and off we go, right? So it's these overlooked moments that can get us in trouble. Now, right leg empty, instead of turn out, turn in. Now we're shifting into that leg and bringing the left foot to match. Emptying that right leg, turning it in, shifting and reorient. Right leg turning in, shifting and reorient. Right leg turning in, shift and reorient. 2 times around, pigeon-toed. So there's also a little turn of the pelvis on the standing leg. So there's this little pinched position and then neutral. Little pinched position, neutral. Next time you're facing forward, switch directions. Go into that pinched position and then turn. So we're finding middle each time. Moving from that middle, everything is relaxed. Notice if you're grabbing on with your arms, just training yourself to hold instead of relax. And then finally, let's go for the full circle where we turn the right leg out, shift into the right leg, and keep going in pigeon toe so that now you're able to just rotate and face 180 degrees away. And then turn that right foot out again and do it again. So in 2 foot movements, you get all the way 180 degrees or close to that. Let's do that again. Right foot out, shift, turn, keeping left foot empty, pigeon, shift, turn, shift, turn. We'll go 3 times around. And eventually this one can start to feel like I've used the vision of a jackrabbit is running in a circle around us, and we're trying to keep our eye on that moving object. And our feet, we're just using our feet to keep allowing us to do this rotation. Let's go the other way. Left foot turns out. We shift, we turn, we pigeon toe, we keep turning. We turn left leg out, we keep turning. Pigeon toe, keep turning. Teacup still on your head. Everything's still relaxed and easy. Three times around. And middle. Shogun. And now our closing, a little closing series. Bring your chair in front, hands on the chair. Fill up this right leg, left foot empty, tap the toe behind, little cross step, press the heel, and come back up. Parallel. Behind, toe tap, press, reverse, together. Keep yourself established in your front leg, even when you press back. So don't go too far back into this leg. Stay in your front leg, even as you try to press heel to the ground. Touch, press, reverse. We'll do a few more of those. Option for those of you feeling pretty balanced, hands stacked on the belly. Touch, press, reverse, together. Be careful with this one though, right? Touch, press, release, together. Change weight. Last one each side. And hand on the chair. Outside leg. Turn out, lift, circle in, bring it down. Turn out, lift, bring it in, down. Turn out. So outside in, circles. One more. And switch sides. Outside leg turns out, outside in circle. Turn out, outside in circle. Out. Two more. Switch sides again. Outside leg, turn in, right? So it looks like this. And then we go across to out. Turn in to out. Turn in to out. Small movements are fine. Small. And switch sides. Turn in. Turn in. Turn in. Two more. Last one. And parallel. Hands, inguinal region, groin, front hips, feel all that sort of, it's like fragile tissue, but also very powerful tissue and just an important area. Then go around to your sacrum and your tail. Low back. And then like you're squatting, butt back, sink, hands slide down, come around to the inside of the legs with the hands stand up, bring hands to the navel, go around to the tailbone, and then like you're sitting, sweep the hands down, go around, stand up, sweep the hands up. One more, rub the sacrum as if sitting. And finally, up the outside of the arm, turn the palm up, down and off the fingertips. Up the outside, down the inside. Switch arms. Up the outside, down. Final time, shogun. Settle to your middle. Seal the practice. 1, 2. And then Taoist bow. Thank you, everybody. So safely have a seat. If there are any final quick questions, feel free.